What up, though? We back at it again. It's your boy Detroit Devo.
MF and Jen.
And Relly B.
And this is
Unwrapped Podcast.
That's what it is.
It sounded real smooth, didn't it?
Smooth as hell, man.
That's this Reese cup that you eating.
Is it the Reese cup?
I mean, I'm all jacked up on sugar over here.
Are you jacked up on sugar or are you jacked up on alcohol? Which one?
See, look.
Because last episode, we all know it was a couple shots in. So.
No. I'm not playing it that crazy, bro. I want to live today. Like, y'all ain't see the after show footage. They had to call that 911, bro. Ambulance and everything, man. So we good.
So that's not what happened.
Okay.
But he was definitely.
I missed that part. Ed, was you here?
Yeah, I wasn't there for that one.
That was a different world.
Go make it. Come on.
No.
Other podcasts.
So clearly on episode 4, me and Debo done switch places because he usually come in with his shots ritual, but today me and our videographer Ed decided that we was gonna try this run, this 94 proof run, and I didn't eat shit. So
no. They ain't learn from me, y'all.
I didn't eat. And this beer is really good too. We just about to have a fun podcast. That's just what the hell it's gonna be.
They tripping, dog. I'm good. You see what I got? High quality H2O.
I got that too, but right now I got high quality beer as well. So, we gonna bounce back and forth.
And some
what
rum.
co-host do I have? Because it's too much.
I'm good. I'm straight and narrow today. Good Ice Mountain and Sprite.
Too. I made one.
Okay.
I made one.
Whatever you say.
Steak sauce.
Hey, for real though.
Y'all gotta go. Get out.
Man.
This is the Relly B Show, and I am here for our show. We have Ryan over there for the engineer.
She the only one that's straight right now.
Ed could stay, because these two got
I ain't gonna lie though.
Y'all gotta go.
I did take 2 shots.
I know you did.
But I'm good though. Like, I'm straight. Like.
Okay, man. So I took a double shot of the 94 proof. And I'm straight. You know
That's
what I'm saying?
something different
Everybody
from
straight.
what's in your cup?
Yeah.
Ryan.
Well, what we got in the cup is what's on tap out there.
He's put together what we like to call a boiler maker. They call it. It's called boiler maker.
Oh, so you're a bartender's now.
He got liquor and he got a beer.
I don't co-sign. I'm not a bartender.
So that don't really mix, but we gonna see how it go.
It don't, but
we gonna see.
It's working out
Like
well.
I said, this is my show.
Hey, I'm good though. Look, we straight.
Right, we saucy right now. We all right.
My watch. I ain't having it.
We all right.
2/3 of the Unwrapped Podcast passed out. They was drunk. No. I don't want to be in that news. I'm sorry. Fox not calling me. No.
Hey, look, Sherelle was flexing on vocal cords before we went live too.
Right.
See, she over here talking about us. She gonna put us down with the vocals.
Unwrapped Podcast.
The official
Beyonce
intro.
need to call.
Right, the official intro.
All right, y'all, but enough of this silliness, man. Let's all jokes aside, let's talk about the importance of like black entrepreneurship. You know what I'm saying? Because just in like recent news, you had Lebron James like just this past week opened up his school in Akron, Ohio, the I Promise School, and it has so many positive things around it, so many good things he's doing for the kids. On top of the free tuition, like the parents get it's a food pantry on site. There's a GED program, a job placement program. All students get free transportation within 2 miles. They also get free bike, free helmet, all this good stuff. So we have LeBron James doing this, and of course beyond LeBron James, because he's not the only one doing it. We got other black celebrities doing it, but. I guess the topic here today is how important do we think that is in the black community?
Can I just stop you for 2 seconds? Who's paying for all of that? How do you get into school?
How do you get into school?
Yeah.
You just be a resident of Akron, Ohio. It's not a private school. It's public. Anybody can get in.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
But
what if it's a lot? You feel me? Like a lot of people want to go.
Yeah.
Then how you be like, okay, well now we're full, or now it's.
But I mean, that happens with regular schools. Right?
Yeah, because.
But it's LeBron. No, LeBron ain't here. I was at Marvin Winans Academy, so Marvin Winans the singer.
Yeah, right.
But it wasn't like that. This is LeBron.
But I
so
feel
I'm the singer, then it's LeBron. Like I
But still, that's almost on the same level.
But he did it in partner. No, LeBron
Not
is
that
bigger than
I'm
him.
saying, but what I'm saying is not the same level, but it's a public figure.
I get what
You
you're
know what I'm
saying,
saying?
but at that point, because he did it as a partnership with the public school system, so at that point it would probably go off of boundaries because
Right.
Okay, if you live on this part of
It ain't
town,
school
you
of
can't
choice.
go there.
Yeah.
Like,
Now
you know
I'm
what saying?
moving.
Right, it's not
I gotta
school
move.
of choice.
Yeah.
Mom, we have to get a new house.
We gotta move to
I mean,
those limits. Cause I need to get in there.
And I don't even like LeBron like that, to be honest. But that's
Why?
a dope little.
yeah, that's
Let's
a
talk
huge
about
thing.
this. No,
right.
hold on.
I
Pause.
don't like cocky people. He just seems too
Cocky?
like
What
he
you
seems too
Right.
much.
LeBron?
He's super
Yes.
humble.
Right.
Super humble.
No,
Right. LeBron ain't
he just
cocky.
seems too much for me.
Yeah.
LeBron could be much more cockier than what you.
Yeah, so much more.
Think
So
about
much.
who we talking about here. Like,
And then let's not get caught up on like the basketball part. Like, however you feel about him on court, that's your opinion. You know what I'm saying? Because we all different like sports fans.
right.
But when it come to like what you doing for like your community,
Golden State.
you know what you doing for like humanity, period. Like
Well,
that's.
see, I don't know all about that. I just don't like him as a person. But the school thing
But
is
you don't know
dope.
as a person though.
So,
like,
but hold on. We gotta really decode this.
Right.
What don't you like about LeBron?
I
Exactly.
don't know. I just don't like him. Have you ever just not liked
Especially
somebody?
after you just
I mean, I know what you. I feel you, but
Like,
like,
you get on a court and I'm just like, ugh.
See,
why?
but
Is it
that's
because
what
he's
you-
great?
But that's what I'm saying
I
though.
don't know.
Because a lot of people don't like LeBron because he's great.
A lot of people.
But you just said when he gets on the court, like we're not talking about on
Yeah.
the court. We're talking
I
about a
don't
man.
know what he
who-
do outside of that. Like I
See,
said, the
and
school is dope.
The
Other
school,
than
and
that-
even before then, he spent $41 million of his own money to send 1,100 students in his hometown to college completely free. You know,
Right.
and
Okay,
beyond
well,
that,
that's dope too.
So that means you're a college student, right? So that means if you lived in his hometown,
you
probably would have got that.
And beyond that,
And you wouldn't be saying, just like what we said off the first episode, people might say whatever about you, oh, the weirdo rapper thing, but
Yeah.
if you can benefit them,
yeah. Then
So
you
if he
ain't
did
saying
that-
nothing. But beyond that, like
Still be like,
beyond that, every time we have like some type of like social injustice, any type of problem, like he's not running from it. You got celebrities. I mean, even back in the day, like let's just use, since they always pit the two against each other, Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan, while he does have a charity foundation that has been sending college students to college for
and giving me all
years,
my shoes.
and giving, you know, he's been doing charitable things, but it hasn't been publicized as LeBron James. Before, in Jordan's day, sports and politics and like social justice and all of that shit, it was completely separate.
I want
So-
to hear
Not
for his
really.
day though.
I mean, not really, because you had like Muhammad Ali and you had different people who was doing stuff, but those figures were outliers. Like those were really
Yeah,
brave
yeah,
individuals.
yeah,
You get what I'm
right.
saying? Now it's
just
commonplace, right? Like anybody with a platform is more or less expected to do something. So, you know, getting back to the point that I was trying to make, Jordan, who, you know, is pitted against LeBron, we barely see what he does. You know what I'm saying? It's barely publicized, but he's still like heralded as like the GOAT, whereas like LeBron,
'Cause he
we
gets
see what
me
he do,
shoes.
but it's
That's
like,
all I care about.
how do you,
Thanks, Jordan.
do you like Jordan?
I don't really know.
you gonna break my heart if you say yes, but you don't like LeBron.
But you don't really know LeBron.
I,
Like, what more do you know about LeBron than you know about Jordan?
just don't
I mean, and
like
let's not make this
LeBron.
episode about like LeBron versus Jordan, but it's just like,
And then like Kobe for real. Like
Okay.
it's just I don't know.
So
It's
you,
just
but you
certain
like
people
Golden
don't
State. Why you like Golden State?
but are you?
Well, my favorite player / cousin is on that team right now.
Who?
KD.
But it's not even about, so skip all of that. This is what it's about. Okay, fine. You have like your personal reservations about them as players.
But what he's doing
But do you
socially,
do you respect them for? Because you could not like somebody. I might not like somebody for the dumbest reason, but you should still be able to be.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That school stuff is dope.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
You said he paid for college tuition. That's dope.
But you just don't like him.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
They can
Well,
pay for my college tuition. I'ma still be like.
I don't like you, but thanks.
all right. So
Yes,
how do
man,
you?
that's
So
sponsorship.
knowing that you don't like him, let's fast forward to what Trump said this week. Are you
What'd he
aware of
say?
that? Okay, so Trump tweeted out, and this was like days after like the
I don't
whole
pay attention to his
school
Twitter. I'm
situation.
over him.
I mean, even if you don't pay attention to his Twitter, like just because he's president, like it's gonna be everywhere.
Yeah.
So, couple days after like LeBron opening school, the day he opened the school, he did an interview with Don Lemon from CNN, and Trump tweeted out, LeBron just did an interview with the dumbest man on earth. He somehow made him seem smart, which is easy. And then he said, what'd he say? He was like, I like Mike. Like, he said that at the end as to say, like, oh, I like Jordan better.
And you know why he said that, right?
Fuck
You know why he said that? It go back to what I was telling you yesterday, man. He said that because Michael Jordan never speaks up in his vocal when it comes to stuff like this. So he likes that.
Now, when it comes, right, see, but now
that's why I say Michael Jordan needs to speak up more. Because you have these people joining you and feeling like, oh, I like you because you hush-hush.
See, but okay, so let's fast forward past that. Jordan immediately came out and was like, my full support is with LeBron James. As soon as Trump was like, I like Jordan, he was like, get off my nuts. I like this guy. Like, don't try and use me don't try and pit me against him. I respect what he's doing for our community. So, like, Jordan is like wildly competitive. Like, can we all sit in agreement that, like, even if you don't like respect the person, even if you don't like that person personally, you have to be able to acknowledge what they're doing and, you know, stand with them in that. Because it is important. Or better yet, how do you guys feel? How do you guys feel about the importance of, like, entrepreneurship? Man, look, and let's take off the black stipulation. Not just even about being black. Just being a person of influence and being a person with a voice.
I think you should use it. You gotta use it.
You gotta use it, exactly. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like,
there's no way
you have to. If you are an influential figure, and we're not just gonna say black, we're just gonna say period. Like, if you're an influential figure, you have to use your platform to make change, man. It's the right thing to do. Like, don't just sit in the shadows and once you receive the fruits of your labor, just forget about everybody. Like, the least you can do, the bare minimum, is to speak up on certain topics and issues. That's the least you can do.
That's
okay. See now, my counter to that is, if you're not working, what does speaking up really do?
That's why I said that's the bare minimum. The least you can do, because by you saying something, it has a better chance of making an impact than you not saying nothing at all.
Okay, I mean, and that's a fair assessment.
Most of them don't say nothing at all. They do stuff. We don't know how.
Some of them, exactly.
The example I gave you the other day was Eminem. A lot of people in the city of Detroit feel like, oh, Eminem don't do shit for the city, and they only say that really because he's a white guy. But in reality, if you do your homework and stop being an ignorant fuck, like, he actually does a lot more than you think. Like, you just never know, because some people want to do charity without receiving the credit. They just don't want that type of.
But I think a lot of people look at stuff and they look at it like, okay, a person can do a lot of things, but if it doesn't have like any type of profit for people, sometimes they don't do it. Like, these figures, a lot of times they only do stuff that makes sense to them and is a gain, a personal gain. So, okay, we could say Eminem. We're just gonna use him. He had opened up or invested in the Bel Air movie theater. Okay. People looked at it like, oh, he's doing something for the community, but it was just, to me, it was like a financial gain for him.
I mean, two things can be true at the same time. But see, okay, just because it's a gain doesn't mean that it's malicious. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is okay, LeBron. I'm pretty sure he's making a gain out of this, but it's like an impactful, it's something that actually right. Why not? Okay. If you Eminem, why not open up a rec center? Like Big Sean did.
But even beyond.
I didn't know Big Sean did that.
Right.
He does.
But they go back to people doing charity and you not even know. Like, Eminem has sent people to school. Like, he's done things for different families within the community. So long as you're benefiting from it, of course you're gonna know. But I mean, can we crucify people for our ignorance? Because if I don't know, that don't mean I can say he's not doing it.
Right, for sure. My whole thing is, I hate when they just sit back in the shadows.
I get what you're saying.
And that's why I don't really connect with Jordan. Because you, out of everybody, you're making the most profit out of the community, out of all these people. So the least you can do is, when these important situations happen, he's
making money off the shoes, but I think that's a reach to say he's making the most out of
give 100 shoes away, 1,000.
No, what I'm saying is he's making the most from the community.
Is he?
That's for
Can
you.
you factually?
That's for you to decide and for y'all to decide.
Can you
but
factually?
let's
I get
see
what
who.
you're saying.
Let's,
So what you're saying is he makes Jordans. Jordans are sold predominantly in the black community. He making a fuck ton of money.
I'm not saying directly to him, but I'm just saying
right.
His brand and
right.
He's the reason why Nike, whoever, is making this profit. It's because of him.
Right. I get what you're saying.
So what I'm saying is,
I was just saying, don't make the mistake of saying he's making the most and that may not necessarily be true. We could just say he's making a lot of money.
Yeah, let's just say he's making a lot. However you want to put it. But my thing is, he needs to be more vocal because, like you said, okay, you can say stuff all day, but if there's no action, it doesn't do anything. But what does not saying anything do?
I mean, it's the same effect. So that's what I'm saying, like nothing and nothing. So it's like if
it's a better chance of actually someone being affected if you say something.
So you're saying it's important to still say something because you can inspire the word.
Exactly.
Okay.
Simple as that. What little kid not gonna sit there and if Michael Jordan said it's gonna be at least out of 100.
I mean, there was a whole campaign. We all wanted to be like Mike.
Exactly. So if you speak up and you say this stuff, and we're not saying daily or I got to put out my quarterly speech like on some presidential type thing. Yeah, no, we just saying when these tragic situations happen, say something. Okay. Say something.
Okay, now.
If you could tweet, the same way you could tweet, I'm with him 100%, you could tweet when these situations happen.
Okay, I got that. I completely understand that. But it's also layers to this. Like, it's always layers. We know this is the Unwrapped Podcast. So, keeping that in mind, right, it's important that they speak on the topic. What if they are in a situation where they want to speak on a topic, but speaking on a topic may negatively affect their ability to make change? Because let's say exactly. So let's say I'm Michael Jordan, and I would love to make all these grandiose statements about how things could be better and how things need to start changing and all that stuff. But Nike is my parent company, and Nike pretty much controls how I'm able to do something. Of course, because Jordan is Jordan at this point. Don't make that face, nigga. You get what I'm saying.
No, I don't, bro.
Because Jordan is...
Let me finish.
Jordan is too rich to care about...
Let me finish. You're thinking about Jordan, and I'm talking about the entire situation.
Go ahead.
The entire situation is, okay, and I'm only using Jordan because that's the name we keep throwing out.
Yeah, and that's why I gave you that face.
But I'm talking about across the board. The parent company to Jordan is the parent company to the Jordan brand is Nike. So if Jordan decides I want to speak out and Nike says, oh no, fuck that, because now you cutting up on our money over here. You alienating our white people. Like, and that's or the people who are against your cause, which does happen. Then our artists ain't gonna speak out because it could negatively affect their revenue, which in turn affects their ability to make change. Because if I'm speaking out and I take a $200 billion hit on my business, that's $200 billion that I can't give back to the community that we just talked about.
Do you know how many other investments Michael Jordan has? Do you know how many other investments these people have?
Okay, get off Michael Jordan.
We're not gonna say Mike. We're not gonna say Mike.
Right.
Anybody else?
What if that is your income?
Unwrapped Podcast.
It's not.
Going on here.
It's not. But if that is the case, you are too. You are too, because you don't know that that's their main source of. You don't know this.
Listen, it's better to operate not assuming than assuming.
What?
It's better.
We're both assuming because you don't know what's in Michael Jordan's bank account.
No, I'm not assuming. I'm not assuming. What you're doing is assuming he has other revenues.
You're assuming that's his main source.
No, I'm not. What I'm saying is it can. I never said that was his main source. Even if you go back and you listen to the podcast, I never said that was his main source. What I said was it could affect his ability to make change. It could affect his revenue. So if I take a $200 billion hit on my company, that company, I'm giving so much to the community.
Well, look,
how much can I get to the community at that point?
You know who's a perfect example of this?
This is why you don't drink before that.
You know who's a perfect example of this, Pat?
Oh.
Colin Kaepernick. And he's making great strides forward.
Exactly.
In my opinion, just by speaking up.
Through inspiration.
Because that's what I'm talking about.
Because he himself can't do it. Through himself can't, but that's what I'm saying.
What do you mean?
So listen, okay, so let's just use like Cap situation, like for this.
And people follow suit. YG, Big Sean.
I already acknowledged that. Let me finish. This is what I'm saying. Cap was playing football and he was able to make millions of dollars. And
he spoke up. That's
let
facts.
me finish, goddammit.
He spoke up.
Cap was able.
All righty then.
Cap was able to play football and make millions of dollars start a foundation, start doing different things for different people. Correct. All right. Now, after that, he starts kneeling, right? At some point in his career, starts kneeling, and then his football career is over. All right. The money that he made, he uses to continually invest in what he does. At that point, other people have been inspired, so they invest and continue his cause.
That's what I'm saying.
Right,
man.
but without those, so what if you didn't? What I'm saying is, even if you don't, what if you don't inspire? Because some people talk a good game all the time. Like, let's be real. When me and you did, when I started, I have a nonprofit called Project Community, which was dedicated to feeding, clothing, and finding placement for the homeless in the Metro Detroit area. Like, and you know this to be true. I talked about it for what, a month? Like, and I let people know, hey, we're gonna be down at Cass Park. We're gonna be doing this and we're gonna be doing that. And even if you can't financially put in, come out and just be a blessing to somebody's life. Right. Come out and just be a hand. You know what I'm saying? Just pass out food, give people words of encouragement, be a smile. But when we did it, how many people showed up?
Man, we had all of about like 5, 6 people, bro.
5, 6 people.
I just knew you was about to say all about it, some big number.
No, but look though. But with the 5 or 6, what I'm trying to say, man, is like, look, you might not be able to captivate a whole huge number.
Right. I get what you're saying, but I'm saying,
but you did that. You created that.
Right. But what I'm saying is, what if you don't captivate anybody? So at that point, now you're out of a job and you're out of a way to help people. That's what I'm saying. That's the risk that you take. It's great that you take the risk, but we still have to acknowledge that risk being there. Because what if no people showed up? You know what I'm saying? And now I'm down there by myself, and I'm trying to continue this project by myself, but I can't continue the project because now I've alienated my investors. I've alienated the people who was giving me the revenue to make it possible.
Well, you know what you have to do, man? You have to...
Now I can't... Okay, it was cool. I helped out those homeless people that one time, but now I can't do it 2, 3, 4, 5 continually. You get what I'm saying?
But this is the thing, though, man. Like, I'm sure Colin Kaepernick thought about this whole thing before he did it. You know what I'm saying? Before he started kneeling and all of that.
You think
he
so?
He thought about, look, if I do this, it might be perceived in the wrong way, but I know it's the right thing. You see what I'm saying? So, but
I think everybody should, but I don't know, man.
But you have to,
because what would he have segued to?
Look, you have to understand that it's bigger than just you.
Right, and I get that, and knowing that it's bigger than me, that's what I'm trying to say. That's what I keep showing. That's what I keep trying to show y'all. It's bigger than me. So because I realize it's bigger than me, that's why I can't speak out. Because now I can't take care of so many hundreds of millions of people. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yes, but I could speak out and inspire change. But what if I don't strike? What if I don't strike that nerve and inspire change? Now I'm out of a job. Now I'm no longer a person of any reputation. Right. I don't have that type of revenue to inspire change. I can't help people how I wanted to.
Right. But if you do stay quiet and you keep getting all this revenue, what you doing that way too? Like it's a lose-lose. So you're not doing anything. Because
I'm with you. This whole time I've been with you. But this is what I'm saying. I think it's about where you at in your career, because, or if you are, you have to be so long in your career.
I'll take that. Because like I feel like if Cap would have maybe like waited a little bit longer.
If Cap was Tom Brady, this wouldn't even be a thing.
Yeah, of course, we know that.
But that's what I'm saying. Not even, and I'm not saying it because Tom Brady's a white guy. I'm saying it because Tom Brady
he's a GOAT.
He's the GOAT, right? He's argued to be one of the GOATs. LeBron, he's considered to be one of the GOATs. So he can do whatever this far in his career. Not whatever, of course, within reason. He could do a lot, and it could still be like, okay, well, it's LeBron James, you know.
I mean, I feel like if Cap would have probably been, because he had a lot of gas left in the tank. Like he was going crazy.
Yeah, and we segue, and this is the last thing I'm gonna say about the whole Cap thing. My only thing is I wish that he came out and he made an actual statement, because in not making a statement, that left so much open for interpretation. Yeah. Because you got people you know, we know what it started about,
Yeah.
you know, but you got people who are just tuning in to a game and they just see people kneeling and they're like, oh, well, they disrespecting the flag and blah, blah. It creates more room for problems than necessary. Like, it would have been great if he came out and made a public statement.
This is why we're
right.
doing it.
Like, this, I mean, he did initially say that, but
I mean, we knew,
in time, right. But in time, like, because so many people started tuning in and because it's open to interpretation, now the original message is lost in translation. You know what I'm saying? So it'd be great if he actually came out and spoke, you know, about...
I feel like he definitely should have did that for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm definitely trying to figure out why my mic is like this.
Well, you know you can just tilt it up, right?
I was trying.
Okay.
Oh, you gotta lock it. You gotta lock it right there. Yeah.
Shout out to Ryan.
Yes,
Yeah.
because...
Clap it up, man. Ryan. Yeah.
Thank you. This whole time, y'all didn't see me over
The
here
most
struggling?
official
I'm
engineer.
clean.
I thought you were
And-
just doing that.
You did it?
No,
I was over here lifting it up and then it'll drop. I was like, okay. And I don't want to make it like where it's staticky or something, so I was trying to do it slowly.
She got the
The
sad
camera
microphone
saw me
thing.
probably struggling. I even looked around like everybody else is. Why am I struggling with mine?
But nah, man. I think it's
All right, so look, let's go around the table. So you feel like these figures should speak up, but only probably at like the right time.
yeah, because you got to think it could make or break their career.
Right.
Because you could be 2-3 years in, say, okay, let's just say I'm Cap. Like, Cap was good. Cap was good at his job. You know what I'm saying? He got the team, got the 49ers to Super Bowl. So he wasn't slaw. He wasn't garbage.
Right.
But at the same time, he wasn't Tom Brady. He wasn't Ben Roethlisberger. He wasn't one of those, okay, when he's done with this, he's going to be great. So his words is a person could tune in and be like, oh, well, fuck this guy. He's just like a regular quarterback. But it holds a different weight when it's coming from a household name, when it's coming from somebody who's been established and they already in your heart. You already love them.
And that's why I say Michael Jordan could do it.
Yeah, of
You
course.
see what I'm
But that's why I was saying, like, let's get away from Jordan.
It has to be something positive they're talking about, though. Like, so Stacey, what's her name? Dash?
Yeah.
Stacey
She
Dash.
spoke about that she ain't even black or
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
She
yeah,
said,
yeah.
now we don't want to watch none of your movies
Right,
or none of the TV
right.
shows.
So
that
yeah,
you
it
do."
gotta be
So
positive.
it has to be something
But
positive.
she probably won
Yeah.
over a certain group of people too with that statement. She probably
I
won
doubt
over-
it
she probably-
because now you didn't lost
That's
all.
very true.
Now you done lost
Look
all
at
auditions.
look at Donald
You
Trump. He
can't-
said a lot of negative stuff that,
Yeah,
but he got a following too.
yeah, and he was
So-
elected president.
You never know. you never know. But I see you right though. You want to stay positive. you want to
See,
stay positive.
I think what it is now is like, this is so crazy because I think that election kind of changed the game when it comes to fame. Because initially it was believed like, okay, you have to be positive. You have to like really said, like be about certain things for people to
He was
support
about
you.
money. Though. People knew him too. Well, I'm not saying they didn't know her. but
Right.
He was on. Did y'all see him on Will Smith, The Fresh Prince?
You talking Trump?
Yes.
Yeah, he was at Little Rascals. Did you
One
know
day
that?
I was like, no.
Y'all ain't know that? Look, Donald Trump. Ed, come on. I need
I
you
don't
to
know about
look this
that.
up for me.
I don't know
Donald
about
Trump,
that.
I promise you. You ain't see that?
I don't know the validity of it.
Bro, I swear on everything, bro. That was my favorite movie
You said
growing
he
up.
was on what?
Fun fact, Little Rascals. Our version, the one we grew up on, not the older one, the newer one.
Donald Trump was
Yes, he was my man's daddy. The one who stole Darla from Alfalfa. The
Bro,
little
do you
kid.
think
That was his daddy.
Do you think
The
That's
little
good.
rich boy.
I'm a
Yeah.
Let's Google this.
I swear to God, bro.
But it's like how one day I
I'm
was
not.
watching Will Prince and I just knew I was
He was on
losing
there?
my mind. I was in my room like, am I going?
If
And
I,
I'm like,
if
looks
I
like he
find this
walked
clip,
in.
I'm
I'm
gonna
like, I
put it
know
in
this
the
is
edit.
old.
All right.
If I find this clip, I will drop it in
All
the
right.
edit.
Yeah, bro. He was
Bro,
like,
hold on, because it popped up on Google.
Wait, it didn't pop up though.
I don't want to
All right,
believe
I'm
it.
not
I
buying this.
swear, bro.
Oh, he
no.
was famous,
Oh, God damn.
I told you, bro.
Oh,
Look,
my
I
God.
told you, man. Look.
That's it. He wasn't on it.
I swear, dog.
Get the fuck out of here.
I swear, dog.
Waldo.
It was like some quick.
Oh,
It was
my
quick though.
goodness.
It was quick, man. But like,
Man, what?
he did his acting thing.
I'm
Donald
gonna
Trump
be
did his
clean this
acting
whole
thing.
time. I thought he was just on Home Alone.
I swear.
He was on Home Alone
He was
too.
really is.
Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Donald Trump was on Home
Remember when he
Alone?
went to New York?
Yeah.
And he was staying in the hotel.
Yeah.
It was a quick little.
It was a quick cameo.
He a whole extra.
Yeah, man.
Come on, my face.
She said he an extra.
A whole extra.
Don't play with me.
But no,
that's the name of this episode. Donald Trump is a whole extra.
Donald Trump is a whole extra.
Kanye West for president next year.
I'm not co-signing
next
this
year,
shit.
If an actor can do it, like
I don't want no celebrities in office. I want somebody who actually know what the hell they doing in there.
Yeah,
Really
get these celebrity and chiefs out
the
of here.
president.
Because look,
I don't give a damn if you black, white, green, purple, none of that shit.
Excuse me. Me
What's
for
up?
president?
Look, she ain't let that fly. She was like, let's bring this back. Me for president. Like, no.
I feel like I can make a change.
A lot of people say that.
Right, that's the go-to line right there.
Ryan gonna be
Changing hope.
What he gonna be?
Ryan gonna be in the cabinet. He's gonna be in your cabinet. He gonna find
to do with politics.
That's so funny,
Ryan
but I don't
said
even
he
like
with it.
politics though. I'm talking about
Hey.
president.
Man, that's a different game.
I hate politics.
That's a whole
But
different
look,
game.
so we digressed. We segued a little bit. Okay,
We
so
definitely did.
See, that's what Donald Trump does,
man.
man. He throws you all off course, man.
look, so
Damn.
so what I'm saying is like, okay, you gotta be. It's very important. It's very, very important that as a political figure, not a political figure, as a influential figure, you have to speak out. But it's also critical that you realize at what juncture you're in your career, because it can make or break you. Like Cap, Cap will never. It's messed up to say, but it's true. Man. He will never throw another football in the NFL.
Because time ticking against
him
already. How long he been out?
He been out like what, 3 years? Yeah. So you will never throw another football in the NFL.
And honestly, to be real, I don't think he wants to.
He don't need to.
Because he could have easily went to the CFL.
But his situation is special.
Who wants to do that?
But Johnny Manziel.
Right.
Well, his situation is special on the sense.
There's a lot of people.
His situation is special in the sense that he inspires so many to continue his efforts. But what I'm saying is, if it's important that you realize where you're in your career and what you're talking about, because what if it's a topic or something that not people aren't going to continue after you're done?
But that's a lot of stuff.
That's
almost
that's
almost everything.
No, I mean not necessarily, because
if you look at it, man, it's gone to the heights of people dying, and people will say, "Oh, Black Lives Matter, blue, blue," and then it's over.
Yeah,
and you know what?
Why? What's over?
Like we just saying, like certain stuff
and we talk about
is
that
all hashtag.
Oh,
Right.
I thought you were trying to say like did they die or something.
No,
I was like, oh my.
Yeah, and y'all, because I can get deep on that shit.
Yeah,
but let's not.
That's another episode.
Let's not start the.
That's another episode.
Right. So it's important. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, realize where you at. Like, because it's either speaking out in one moment might feel good, but it might negatively affect you for the rest of your career. Cap is something special because people are still continuing what he doing and what he about and all of that. But if it's a situation that ain't that, then it's impossible to know if people are gonna stand by it or not. Because, like you said, with the hashtag shit, like we get a new hashtag. It seemed like at one point in time we was getting a new hashtag like every week, every 2 weeks, like. Somebody had just.
And it was
died
just convenient, man.
Right. And now, like, protest, it's so fucked up, bro. But back in the day, protest was about inconvenience. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you sit in a diner during, like, business hours because it's going to negatively affect business, and they have no choice but to recognize. The bus boycotts.
Walking out.
Right. Or the bus boycotts.
But you know what's so crazy?
Was ridiculously successful.
You know what's so crazy, though, man? Like, I feel like the difference between now and then is like back then it wasn't so much like following. It was way more like leadership, and the leadership kind of trickled into other people. Now it's like with social media.
I think
it's all follows.
I think it's the convenience of social media and the fact that you can be protester from your bed. Like, nigga, so long you can hashtag whatever the fuck you want from your bed, but as soon as it's no longer a trending topic and that hashtag dies, then we move on to the next thing. Like, Mike Brown quickly became iPhone 6 and 6 Plus.
But you know what, though? Now that we just talked about this, though, I feel what you're saying when you say, like, speaking up, it really don't do nothing. But
I'm not saying it don't do nothing because you can inspire. Like
you can
I said,
inspire. You can inspire.
Cap is special because he inspired.
Right. But my thing is the way that I can kind of feel what you're saying is because we just got into the protest thing.
Right.
A lot of people protest, man. A lot of people protest. And I personally, like, I look at protesting, and I mean, I'm not going to say it's just like, it's pointless, but, bro, you can stand outside all day for a week straight with signs and nothing's going to happen. You know what I mean? So, like, I feel you, but I just feel like it's worth a try.
Right. See, and so it's a difference because what I'm saying is speaking out and not, see, when you protesting and you sit in front of a building, you've already put forth effort, right? Yeah. Just by getting out of your bed, going there, you know, like making a sign. No. Speaking out is the laziest form. That's what I'm saying. Because when it's the laziest form. Because flat out. Because when you, like I said,
I'm talking about when you actually hold like an actual, we gonna meet up press.
That's different. That's what I'm
talking about.
That's actual work.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's more than speaking out. Because at that point, you went through the process of putting together an entire event. You got people coming.
That's what I've been saying all the time.
That's different. What I'm talking about is people who we just talked about. You can be a social justice warrior from the comfort of your bed and not get shit done.
Nah.
Which is more or less why things are continually the same. Because we don't take the necessary steps to make that change. We just go online and hashtag it to death, post pictures, things like that.
It's because it's too convenient.
See, but that's what I'm saying. Like, that's speaking out. You can speak out all day, but if there's no work behind it, worth?
Oh, see, now we got a clear understanding.
This debate that's not what I was
today.
Saying.
Right, that ain't what I was saying. And I understand.
No.
I understand. That's why I kept saying
that ain't nothing.
That's why I kept saying like that's something different
shit.
because at that point you went through the work to actually get it done.
Yeah.
Like anytime you standing outside of somebody's building, you feel passionate about that shit. Fell out. I can't imagine getting in my car, driving somewhere, wasting my gas and time. And standing there for some shit that I feel...
And you might get tired, depending on how long you out there.
Might get tired, might get hot, might get arrested.
Right.
And I'm just doing this because, shit, it's a Tuesday. I needed something to do. No. I don't see that happening.
No. So I just feel like, me personally, I feel like it should be the right time that you do it. You should be, you know what I'm saying? Or if you're going to speak out, just know, like, be aware of the consequences and how, you know, like you said, it could be detrimental, like it could end.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So have some stuff in order.
Right.
Be invested in other things to where you don't have to bank on the one thing that, you know, like you said, Michael Jordan might not want to do it because it's going to threaten Nike and then it's going to threaten Jordan.
Right.
Just be invested. You know what I'm saying? So you can live with taking that hit.
Your eggs aren't in all one basket and you can speak out.
Right.
I get what you're saying. Okay. So that's understandable. So now that we got that on the table, I'm gonna start with you. I want to know. Okay, we got this understanding that we want our artists to speak out, but also be cognitive and understanding of where they are. Is it mandatory that they speak out? What do you think?
No.
No. Okay.
My thing is, if I'm a celebrity or whoever I am, if I don't want to speak out, I'm not. Now you should, depending on what the topic is. But I ain't gonna be like, I gotta speak out because everyone's staring at me and they're gonna be mad if I don't.
Nothing is mandatory.
If I feel like I wanna speak out, then that's when I will. Especially, like I said, if it's something positive that I'm speaking on. If I'm about to speak negative, I'm not about to say nothing.
Okay.
It's like, I'm not losing my endorsement with Nike or whoever.
Right.
Unless in my case, Love Peak.
Unless you got other stuff in line. Like, it's some people out there who could, like,
who don't care.
Like Michael Jackson. The stuff that he was speaking on when he was speaking on it was stuff that, like, ain't nobody coming out saying this. Like how we talked about, he made the song about feed the world and all of that stuff. I don't know the exact. Yeah. Like, he did that because he was the man. What y'all gonna do to me? Like,
that all means this ain't get kicked off.
Yeah, like, okay, what y'all gonna shelf me? Like, okay, I'm at the point now where I own catalogs. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like,
right. See, but that goes back to what I said. Like, he was at a place in his
career
where he could do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, okay. Now that you said you should speak out, but you know what I'm saying? You may lose. You know, whatever.
Or
at that point, can we? Fans. But and a lot of times we critique our celebrities and we say like, oh, you're fucked for doing that or not doing that. Like, can we say, Like, can we get mad at them then, knowing that like they have things that they can lose? Because realistically speaking, let's just keep it a buck. Like, realistically speaking, we may all say like we're all like, well, not all, because of course like it's different people with different political like affiliations and stuff. But you may say like a lot of people I run into say they're liberal. I call bullshit a lot because I feel like we all are conservative liberals. Like, and when I say that, that means you worked for whatever you got, and you want to, like this podcast, like me and you was talking about this. We worked for this. Mm-hmm. This is something that we talked about for years doing.
Right.
And we did the homework to see what does it take to get this further, right? Now, a true flat-out liberal would be like, oh, well, anybody could come in and do this. Anybody could come in and join the show. Like, you know, that's just, it's a party for everybody. But we like bullshit. But we like bullshit. This is something that we've been building for some time. And if you want to be a part of this, you're going to have to do the same homework that we did. You're going to have to do the same grinding that we did.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we conservative with our bag, how we got to this point. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
But we liberal with everything else. That's what I'm saying. So when it comes to like celebrities, can we criticize them for being that way? Because I grinded up to this point. Like if I'm Leonardo DiCaprio, just for example, I've been Leonardo DiCaprio since the 90s. You know what I'm saying? I've built my resume. I've built my name. And you want me to potentially tarnish it talking about what?
No, but see, and that's like, it just depends on like you, man, just the type of person you are, man, flat out. Like if you the type of person, if your whole life you've been that type of person, like, oh shit, I ain't got nothing to do with me, I'm gonna just go over here. Like that's how you gonna be. You gonna be like that 10 times worse when you get money. Ain't nothing gonna change.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not that type of person. If I see something that ain't right, and I feel like, you know, I got the power to, you know what I'm saying, speak up, at least say something about it, I'm going to say it.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it, period. But I'm going to do that when I know I got everything solid and a foundation laid. I'm not going to, like you say, I'm not about to jeopardize the well-being of myself or my family.
Right.
But I'm going to make sure that ain't my whole stability. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
To where I can speak up on stuff like that.
So to answer the question, so you say we can't criticize our celebrities. It's not mandatory for them to give back.
It's not mandatory for them to necessarily give back, but I feel like you should. Nothing is mandatory because like they worked for what they got.
Right. So
ain't nobody helped them.
Right. Keeping that in mind. So at that point, because it's literally their choice, are they above criticism if they choose not to?
No, they're gonna get criticized. By me. I'm gonna say by me.
Way to play devil's
and
advocate.
it depends on the situation. If it's like something petty, like he ain't really have to speak out on that, or you know what I'm saying? Then I'm gonna be like, you know what I'm saying? But major stuff, like major things, like especially when stuff goes on in your hometown, I think people who are influential figures, like that's why I like Lebron so much, because he's very vocal in what's going on in Akron. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Very vocal. So that speaks high values of him as a person.
Right, but then
nobody helped him and his mom when they was coming up.
True.
So
right, but that's what I'm saying. See, now that's the flip side. He could have had that mindset. Nobody helped me and my mom.
Right. But that's why I say it's the type of person you are.
Nobody. I made LeBron. I'm LeBron James. Nobody made me LeBron James. Right. So you can be whoever the fuck you are.
School who?
Right,
like y'all better keep going to the school down the street.
Right, like school, excuse me, build a school. I signed a $1 billion lifetime deal with Nike.
Right, he didn't have to though, like.
Right, he doesn't have to do that. So like knowing that, like, can we criticize him if he doesn't? Because we can't.
He didn't have to. To me
personally,
we can't
in one breath say like it's okay for them not to, because it's a choice, and then criticize them.
Right. For
saying you have a choice.
No, but what I'm saying is, like I say, certain things, I'm going to rephrase it. Certain things I feel are mandatory for you to do.
So it's the gravity of the situation.
Yeah.
The gravity of the situation.
Yeah. I'm not about to sit up here and say, oh, everything that happened, because you LeBron James, you need to speak on it. No. I'm just saying more so, the main thing, what we talked about yesterday.
What's that line though?
Right, where do you toe the line?
that
Because
line?
The line for me, the line for me,
that's so ambiguous.
the
So,
line,
yeah.
the line for me is, like major things that's happening within your community, which whatever nationality you come from, you could be Mexican, you could be Caucasian, you could be whatever. Just something, because you represent those people. So I feel like you should speak up and be vocal about that, or what's happening in your hometown. Two things. What makes that so hard? That's what I'm saying. Like, but it all go back to the type of person you are. If you always been the type where, oh, that ain't got nothing to do with me, man, I'm about to just
right,
Yeah.
right. But,
yeah, that's you know what I'm saying.
But, we
But
also,
then if you notice that same type of person, when something is going bad for them, they gonna look like, you come from, why you ain't? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But you
But
can't be two-sided.
But that's what
you
I'm
didn't want to help.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, okay, we could say that, you know what I'm saying, but then we also acknowledge, like you guys just said, it's a choice.
Right.
So I choose
I didn't
to
say
be. You did.
No, I said it's mandatory in those two situations.
Right, but before then you said it's a choice. to give back. It's a choice to be.
I
said
it's
it's
on the Unwrapped Podcast
No.
when they both get the liquor
No,
in
look,
their
bro,
system.
look. I said, this is what I said. And if I didn't say it, I'm reiterating it, okay?
All right.
You should have to do this when it has something to do with your peoples.
You should have
the bare
to.
minimum. The bare minimum, what I've been saying is to speak up, at least.
Okay.
When it's something happening in your personal, your community, where you come from, and your ethnicity and nationality. Two
So
things.
okay. So you said those two things.
Next time we all drinking pop.
So let me. I can't make that promise.
Put it out there. Everybody
we
gotta
lit.
get this right.
So let me just make this. Let me just get it understood. Then
Mhm.
you're saying at that point, it's no choice. You have to.
Yeah, at that point. At
So
those
no
at those
choice.
two different points.
So again, where do we draw the line?
Right.
Those 2 points. Those 2 points. I'm telling y'all where the line is drawn. At those 2 points. Once it's something but beyond those, if it's not in any of those 2 areas, then I don't look at you should have to say anything.
See, but the trouble with that is like even in that, like it still can get too loose because what if it's a very minimal thing that happens in your city? You know what I'm saying? But because you feel that way, then they have to speak on it. You know what I'm saying? Or what if it's something that you may
Come on, y'all. Come on,
saying.
Come on, hold on. Come on.
I
Let's
wanna
not
speak.
reach here. Let's not reach here. Let's
I'm
not
not
reach here.
reaching.
No, come on.
Oh, hold on. So
Hold
it's
on.
real. We got
Hold
to
on.
add on the mic.
Hold on. Before you go, let me get this out. Let's be logical here, man. I'm not saying every single situation that happens within your community or your ethnicity. I'm not saying that. I'm saying the big things that we know is obvious. If a little boy gets shot, speak up.
Yeah.
We're not gonna say, oh, somebody get jumped, you need to. No. I'm
Right.
saying the big stuff. Come on.
All right, now, again, because all I'm doing is, I don't know if you see it, I'm just countering whatever you say. I'm just taking whatever you say and flipping it. Okay, let's use the situation.
This can go all day.
Let's just, it really
Yeah, I
can.
don't think
Let's
they're
just
gonna let
use,
you talk.
by all means, like hop on.
I'm
But
good, yeah,
What
just
I'm
after
saying
you go.
is this, like, okay, you just said, like, let's use this situation where, like, a little boy gets shot, like, you should speak on it, right?
I'm speaking
You
on
said
that.
you should speak. You're speaking on it, right? And you say you should,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's use today's date. It is now, what's that?
The 5th.
August 5th, 2018. For the last, let's say 6 years, it's been common news for people to die in police custody,
But I'm
from
speaking from a
police
certain
brutality,
instance.
whatever. So, let me finish. So, knowing that, right, if I'm LeBron James, I could read the news and I could say, oh, a kid got shot at Akron today, man, it's really messed up. I should speak out on it. Or I could read the news and say, oh, it's August 5th, 2018. It's really fucked that happened, but clearly this is a recurring thing, and clearly it's going to be rinse, wash, repeat.
No,
as
and
it has been.
that's when you don't speak on the individual incident. You speak on it as a whole. If you say it's a reoccurring thing, speak on, oh, we need to tighten up. We need to stop the violence in Akron, or we need to come up with a plan. You speak on it as a broader situation, not the individual thing.
Right. See, but that's my thing. Like we talking about, we okay. So you say like the celebrity is their job. They should say something because they had a platform. But what I'm saying is, okay, at that point, how do they? Because it's individually based. At that point, what do I do if I don't feel I don't feel the same way everybody else does? Like, I feel outraged, but I don't feel it's as big as whatever to speak out on it.
This is the thing.
You may feel that way.
This is the thing.
I individually
This is
don't.
the thing. You don't have to. Who's gonna shoot you down for not doing it? So you don't have to. But what I'm saying is,
okay. So you just contradicted yourself.
I was gonna say
no. I'm talking about who's literally gonna like shoot you down. Like,
Now we not gonna gang up on
what
Debo.
I'm saying is I'm just not gonna rock with you.
Right. But what I'm saying is, you just said you don't have to, but initially you were saying you should. So you contradicted.
What? No. What?
You just said that. I'm going off of your words.
When did I say? What are you? Hold on. Rewind, bro. I just made it very clear. I made it very clear, and y'all gonna see this in two different. This is my third time making this clear. When something happens, I'm saying this again. When something happens, whether it's one incident or a reoccurring thing, you should feel obligated, and I feel like you're obligated to speak up about it if it's in your home, your community where you come from,
Right.
or within your ethnicity. Those two, hometown, ethnicity. You should. Me personally, I feel like you're obligated to.
Okay. All right.
That's what I'm saying.
Now get to the part where you said that you don't have to.
If it's anything out of those boundaries.
Okay.
That's what I said.
Right. But then I counter with, what if it's in those boundaries, but I personally don't feel that it's big enough for me
I said talk about the thing as a whole. Not just that, because you said it's,
okay. I get what you're saying. So
You
now
see what
you
I'm
saying?
saying?
So you saying speak on it as a whole. You saying
tonight, so you don't have to keep pinpointing, somebody got shot on the west side, somebody got shot on the east side, somebody got shot on the north side. You don't have to keep doing those individual incidents. Talk about it as a whole. We need to stop the violence.
Right, but so then you run into the part, the issue of people saying, where the fuck have you been like this entire time? Because you could easily say in 2018, oh yeah, something happened and let's just, because we're using LeBron James.
Mm-hmm.
Can we not keep using LeBron?
Any celebrity you want. Any celebrity you want.
Let's use Chris.
I knew it. I was just gonna say it.
Use Chris.
Okay, Chris Brown.
No, we ain't gonna. If we get on Chris, we.
No, yeah.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
my
not
dog.
gonna do nothing.
That's my dog.
Pipe
I'm
down.
slick.
That's my dog, man. I ain't
Let's
gonna
get
play
on
like
Chris.
that.
But no,
Chris
so
can talk
so that
about
but
whatever
okay,
he
so that's what
wants.
so
Negative, positive.
so that's what
Here for it.
that's what I'm saying though.
She
Like,
said, I'm here
okay,
for it, whatever he talk about, I'm here for it.
okay, you could
It could be
indeed do
USB.
what you said instead of pinpointing it, talk about it as a whole, right?
Right.
But obviously it's going to be based off of whatever most recently happened to make you start feeling that way, right? Or not make you start feeling that way, but make you vocal. Because you might feel away a whole time. You might feel that this was a messed up situation all these years, but it was a catalyst. Something had to inspire you to say something that
The
day.
consistency of that particular situation could be what inspired you. Like, dang, every time I log on, I keep seeing
But
this.
that's what I'm saying. So it was something more recent that it was a catalyst. Something told you I have to say something now to talk about the situation as a whole. But people who are contrarians are going to be like, okay, well, that's fine, but where were you years 2017, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12 when all of this shit was happening? And you had the platform that you have now, the same platform, you still a celebrity, but you chose not to speak out then.
But see, that's
What's
when
the difference?
That's where you got to look at it like, oh, it's a trend because, okay, we come from Detroit. We all come from Detroit. So it's just like, let's just use Big Sean. Since he came in the game, man, like he started the Sean Anderson Foundation and all of that, like because he knows these kids need extracurricular things. There's no rec centers and all of that. So he started this stuff to get these kids into something other than the streets and just trouble. You know what I'm saying? The type of person that you are, you gonna start that from the jump.
Okay.
That's why it goes back to what I said. The type of person you are. If he was always the type of person.
He didn't start that from the jump.
But you know what I mean,
what the
bro.
Sean
You know what I
Anderson
mean.
Foundation
But you know what I mean, bro. You know
I get what you're saying.
He
but
started it. He started it some years ago. You know what I'm saying? So my whole thing is the type of person you are. If you just been that type of person where
Now, would you dislike Big Sean, or would you feel differently if he didn't? That's
Yes.
what I'm.
Yes.
That's what I've been
Yes.
saying this whole time, because it's no way that we can.
Yes.
There's no way that we can all agree that it's a choice, but then hold them if they don't.
Yes, no, I
For
will.
utilizing
no,
their choice.
No, I just, because it go back to what I said. If you're not doing anything to implement change within your community or the ethnicity, I have a problem with it. Now, that's my fourth time reiterating. So, what I'm saying is, if Big Sean did it,
You keep saying that, but what I keep...
Podcast.
Right,
It's
you
going
keep
on
saying
if Big
that.
Sean, if Big
It's turned
Sean
into a
did not
civil
do
rights
it, it's the
debate,
same
man.
thing because he's not doing it.
So he has no choice. Choice doesn't exist.
He does have to. Everyone has a choice. I'm not agreeing with his choice.
All
Remember when
right.
I
So
said this
like-
is my show?
like-
They gotta go.
Like, you know what I'm saying? He has a choice, but I'm not
Should've
agreeing
kicked
with the
them
choice.
out at the beginning.
no, hey, we keeping this flow. We actually talking about the interesting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
I don't know what they doing on the podcast around the corner, but right here
Right.
he getting
we get to the
sticky with
nitty
it.
gritty, okay?
Oh my
It's
god.
going. It's going.
Hey, but
Water
so I told what I feel. What do you feel as far as like? Well, you already told us. You
Yeah, I said it.
So you feel like it's man? Did you say it is?
No, I said it's not. If I don't
Okay,
want to
alright,
speak
yeah.
on it, I don't have to.
Right. okay,
That's
okay.
how I feel.
Cool. So.
Or if I already spoke on it, so like you said,
But-
the
but-
killing of the kids
Yeah.
with the police. If I didn't say something once,
But
I gotta keep coming every time.
See, and that's what I'm saying.
I mean it's good too. You feel me? Rest
Yeah.
in peace, whoever. Or if it's just a small tweet, but I ain't gonna keep coming with a whole paragraph.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. That's what you were
It's not
saying.
gonna
Like
change
you were
nothing.
saying, like these incidents happen on multiple occasions. So what I'm saying is, speak on it as a whole. One
See,
time, speak on it as a whole,
And this
and I'm cool with that.
And this is my thing. It's fine for you to speak on it, but if it's no works, then speaking is dead.
Just like we
because
said, if you do a press conference or you hold an event, you know what I mean? That's putting forth work. That's you agreed on.
Okay, so I'm gonna come clean, bro. I'm gonna be real. I don't know if inspiration is enough at this point.
It's something, bro.
It's
It's better than
garbage.
nothing. It's better than nothing.
It's
That's what I'm
something, but
saying,
it's
bro.
garbage. That's what I'm saying. Like, ain't
I mean, inspiration is comforting. That's the problem.
Inspiration has
exactly, and I like comfort
So-
in the animals.
no,
I like
no.
comfort in the animals that I eat. But not me.
Exactly.
Like,
So,
you know
hold
what
on,
I'm
so
saying?
y'all-
before you
I want
split
the
they
cow
neck.
to fucking
So y'all
be
telling me-
comfortable
To feel
before I
real
make a
comfortable
mistake,
before I blow
but
his
not
head
me.
off, you know?
So y'all telling me, right?
Let's all be
Okay,
vegetarians.
we do.
I'm shit.
So all y'all telling me is, we do a podcast, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sherelle, you in radio, I'm pursuing radio, you pursuing digital and all of that. So what y'all telling me is if we received a formal invitation to go out, fly out to New York or something, and they not promising us no job, nothing. It's the experience and it's inspiration that you gonna get from that. You not gonna go?
Hell no.
I'm there.
See, but that's the thing though. That's
You
why
fool.
we got.
Congratulations.
How, bro? You ever heard of
Listen.
networking?
Listen, hold on. That's networking, and then you could do that beforehand.
But
You
it's
could establish
inspiration
yourself
comes with that though.
beforehand.
That's what I'm
You could
saying.
establish- I'm never going anywhere ass out. Never.
No. They flying you out. You're not coming out of pocket.
Okay, that's different. I'm saying, but
It's
okay,
inspiration.
okay.
Y'all trying to shit on inspiration here. Inspiration to
trying to
me
shit
means a
on
lot.
inspiration.
Inspiration got LeBron where he got. Inspiration got Kobe where he got.
That's
Inspiration
that's
got.
a different time, and that's a completely different subject. What I'm talking about is the subject
No, it's
that we're
inspiration.
on. No, you're exactly.
That's
you
what I'm talking about.
You talking about basketball? This is a completely
No,
different.
I'm talking about
subject.
inspiration.
Let me get to my point, bro. You're talking about a completely different subject. You can inspire somebody to do something as far as a career.
It's
but when
the different arenas that I feel like.
That's what I'm saying.
inspiration
It's a
has its
completely
point
different
where
arena.
not-
So inspiration doesn't work in life. That's what y'all saying.
inspiration
Listen, no,
doesn't
that's
work
not
in
what-
all situations.
So what y'all saying it don't work?
doesn't work in all
This is what I'm
situations.
saying.
Let me hear it, let
Listen,
me hear it.
this is what I'm saying. If you guys listen, if you got
Throw
a
the
bunch of
headphones on, bro.
cousins, right? You got
Throw
a
the
bunch of
headphones on.
cousins, and every single week I come
She
over
can't
and
hear
kill.
you.
Oh.
This is my thing, right? So you got a bunch of cousins.
Headphone.
Right, so
He said he don't do this.
I don't, right? I'm the cameraman. But look, so you got a bunch of cousins.
Yeah.
You know, and every week I come to your block and I kill a cousin, man. Every single week.
Can you not kill my cousins?
Go-
Look,
go
listen,
ahead.
I'm killing your cousin. Every single week I'm killing a different cousin. Every single week, man. and you come out and
Killer
you speak
Ed.
words of inspiration about how I need not to go off and kill these people and how I need not to do that. That's what I'm talking about when I say inspiration is comforting.
And that's what I mean.
No,
That's
no,
what I
no,
mean.
It's
no,
like, what
no,
is
let
that
me-
accomplishing?
it's how
What
you
is
know-
that
let me
accomplishing?
finish.
really?
It's how you
At the
mis-
end of the day, your cousins are still
No,
right.
it's how you inspire. But I'm gonna get
let
back
me
to that.
explain,
Go
Let me
ahead.
explain. This is why I kept saying inspiration is different. It's different subjects because yes, inspiration works in certain situations, but not in all situations. And the subject that we're talking on is cool. You can inspiring only go so far.
I was gonna say,
like
'cause
you
you-
just said, like for years. Let's just say like for years, like because this is now commonplace for us to get this kind of news. It's inspiring when we get celebrities to have these quotes, and it's inspiring when they say something about it.
But at the end of the day,
Did it
bodies are
change
still
shit?
dropping.
Did it change shit?
I'm not saying it's not needed.
I'm gonna make
but you
this.
gotta-
That's what I'm saying. Y'all
You
shit on it
can't-
like it's just not necessary at all.
No,
but you
we
can't
saying-
rest there.
Right, we're saying that it's a different. We're saying that inspiration may be the be all end all in one situation, but not all.
And
in
that's
the
what I'm
situation that we're on, inspiration isn't enough.
Exactly, and that's the
How
thing.
come it's-
Inspiration,
In the topic
How
that
come
we're
it's-
on,
how come it's not?
inspiration is not enough.
How come it's not? Man?
because at the end
Because
of the day,
ain't shit
inspiration is
changing.
words.
Okay, well look, let
And
me ask y'all.
bodies are
Okay,
still
all right, let me tell y'all
dropping.
this. Let me tell y'all this. Let me
All
tell
right,
y'all
let
this.
me
Every
make-
single artist that we've had on this show, we asked them, what inspires you? They've had something inspiring that led them to not taking the bad route. They stuck on their route and followed their dreams. So inspiration does work. Y'all know how to sit here and tell me that bullshit.
Right, exactly.
It does work.
Oh my
It
God,
does
this
work.
fucking shit.
It does work. So y'all
Y'all
trying to shit on it.
Inspiration works in that arena. It's a career.
You just said, but look, back to what you said.
my goodness.
Okay, I come in on your block and I'm killing your cousins, right?
right.
I'm pretty sure John Boy, he talked about his brother who got killed. I'm pretty sure he still got inspired and he still followed that route, right?
Yeah, but
Okay,
did
then,
but
that's
did
what I'm saying.
But listen, but
That's
did
what
it
I'm
change
saying.
anything about his brother getting killed though?
We're not talking about that.
Or-
We talking about did it
or-
inspire
or-
you.
We are though. That's
We
the
talking
very
about did it
point. In
inspire
the
you. We
arena-
talking about did it inspire you. That's what we're
Listen,
talking about.
In this arena that we're facing day
That's
in
the
and day
same
out, where we
arena.
got so many of our African American brothers getting dropped day in and day out, whether it be from law
Perfect
enforcement
example.
or whatever. Inspiration is not enough, and because it's comforting, it's very easily to see how you would think it's enough. But at the end of the day, we still got bodies dropping.
Okay,
so you can't
right,
just
so
go
there's
give
more
some
to it.
motivational
Okay, but let's-
speech
Right.
and think that's gonna be
Okay,
it.
we're not talking about
Because if
motivational
that be the
speech.
case,
We just
then
saying
the shit would
inspiration.
stop.
We just saying inspiration. It could come in any form.
They're synonymous.
Inspiration, right? Is this. Okay, you say a lot of people getting killed in the neighborhoods or whatever. Do you know how many African American police that's coming from these same neighborhoods that's going down to DPD to be a police officer? It's inspiration somewhere in there to be a police officer. So something is working
So why do you think the inspiration is enough?
because it
Yeah.
worked for me.
Because it worked for you?
Yeah, it worked for me.
Period.
So I'm gonna ride with it. Maybe y'all ain't been inspired by nothing. I don't know.
It's not about being.
But I've been inspired.
Dog, see, you talk, dog. This is the point that we making. We're not saying that that inspiration ain't important, and we're not saying that inspiration don't work.
We're
What we
just
saying
saying-
is it does not work across the fucking board. Like, that's so fucking.
I'm not
simple
saying
to
it works for
understand.
everybody.
It's so simple to understand.
I'm not saying it don't work
I'm
for
sorry
everybody.
because it's only so much that it's only so many.
I'm not
I
saying
can
it don't
only
work
lead
for
you so far
nobody.
before I get
Look,
here.
I'm
Like,
not.
this
I'm
is
not
what I'm
saying it doesn't work for
This is
nothing.
Let
See
me
this.
finish. Let me
This
finish.
you gotta
Let me-
no.
Let me finish
This
my
you
point.
gotta understand,
Let me finish
bro.
my point.
This you gotta understand.
Unwrapped Podcast.
No, this you gotta understand, bro. Nothing is gonna work for everybody.
It's not
So
about
what you
working
feel,
for
what you feel
everybody.
might not work. You just said it don't work for across the board.
This hope you saw me.
Listen.
What is across the board?
This is if
All right,
I'm
go
just
ahead,
saying,
go
let me
ahead,
finish
man.
my statement for like 20
Go
fucking
ahead.
minutes.
Go ahead.
This
man.
is what I'm saying. Inspiration, yes, works for that situation where you're inspiring a career path, you're inspiring a life change. But when it comes to that, for that situation, it works. But when it comes to life across the board, now inspiration does not work out for everything. Just because I give you encouraging words,
no.
Let me put it
Are
to
you
you
talking
like this.
on
Listen
gas
though.
water?
Listen, this is my thing.
it's
All right,
something
let's say you two are
I need
related.
some
Let
word.
me finish. Let me get this across. Let me get this across, and y'all tell me how y'all feel about this statement. Before I elaborate on it, just tell me. Before I elaborate on it, just let me. Before I elaborate on it, tell me how y'all feel about it. If we, as a community, properly handled Trayvon, there wouldn't be a mic.
I don't think we could have done anything really that we didn't.
Yeah.
Really?
I don't
That's
think
cute.
that
Hell
really
no.
had.
That's
Honestly,
cute.
I feel like
Hell no.
that
That's
cute as
has
fuck.
nothing to
Because let's
do-
think about this, bro. Let's think about this.
What else could we have done?
Yeah.
So much fucking more.
What?
Like what?
Let's talk about actual. See, here's the thing. People like to inspire. People like to do things that does not take away from their level of comfortability in life. If we properly handle the situation and say like, okay, this is something that we as black people are truly infuriated about, and we want these things to change, then we will start withholding our resources, withholding what we give to the culture of America, right?
And what's that?
But in everything from dancing, from money, dog, you do know, and this is something that we learned as a part of the digital media program, every company has a certain budget for different demographics. But for our demographic, they actually don't even dip into that budget. Why? Because they say, oh, well, because statistically speaking, we watch 4 times more TV than anybody else in the United States. So why dip into a budget when I don't have to? Because you niggas gonna watch it anyway. So,
What the fuck, man?
That's
You lost
some
me.
words.
so I know.
I don't know, because we just talking about.
Right. So let me bring it back. We, knowing that because people know, okay, they're going to watch this anyway. They're going to do this anyway.
Yeah.
They're going to sell it to us anyway, right? So bring that to politics and how these different situations play out. They know we only going to be adamant on that shit for so long. You know what I'm saying? That's why hashtags only last a week. Inspiration is, and that's what me and Ed are saying. Inspiration is cool, but if all you doing is inspiring, then niggas is gonna be done with that hashtag in a week, and another body is gonna drop the week after, and it's gonna be a continuous cycle.
Bro, let's rewind this back to what we just agreed on.
You can talk till you blue in the face, but talking don't make change, and that's why
what
we
I'm
continue
saying.
to have
No,
the same stuff.
But you just agreed that if you properly organize a press conference or an event, that's the right way to go. Then you agree to that.
Yes.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying.
But that's past inspiration. That's actually doing more.
But
That's
it's
what
still
I'm
inspiring,
saying.
though. But it's still inspiring.
It's inspiring.
It's doing
but
more,
But
but
at that point, you're doing more. That's
But
what,
your goal is to inspire.
Your goal is to do work because you're it's not at that point. It's
doing
work.
work to
Inspiration
inspire.
becomes the byproduct at that point.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Bro,
because
that's the thing.
because
At
you
that point,
You're killing me, Smalls.
inspiration
This is my thing.
inspiration
This
is
is
the
my thing,
byproduct
right?
of the work.
So this is my thing, right? So going back to my example about wiping off a cousin every single one of you every week, man. Let's say I'm doing this and I'm killing a cousin.
Why are we
every
still killing people? What's going on in your life?
Because I need him to understand this
An
point. It's
example
like,
that you could use.
you know, so I'm killing off a cousin every single week, right? And let's say y'all two related, man. And let's say Pat, because I remember we was in class together. Pat is good at giving these inspirational speeches. So every time I kill off one of your cousins, man, he get this inspiring speech, man. You know, I wipe off a cousin. I kill your cousin Dre, man, and Pat gives this inspiring speech.
But that's when.
Then I kill off Pookie. He give another inspiring speech.
But-
Then I kill off Monty,
But
and then he give
no,
another inspiring
but see,
speech.
y'all gotta understand
What's
my
that
angle.
doing?
Y'all have
How many
What's
cousins?
that doing?
I'm coming for the next.
No,
I'm
no,
still
but look,
killing the
can y'all
cousin.
understand my angle though? I'm not saying that inspiring speech is gonna reach 10 people out of 20. I'm just saying it's gonna at least reach 1 or 2.
I understand that. It
You
is
see what I'm
going to reach
saying?
that 1 or 2, but this is my point. What's that reaching that 1 or 2 doing? You're
Okay,
still
now mine-
losing
You never know.
cousins.
Look at let's put it
You're
like this.
still
Let's
losing
put it like this. Let's put it
What's
like
gonna
this.
make you
Big
stop
Carson.
Because we
Big
all
Carson.
aware of what's going on in the
Right,
community.
so what's
but-
gonna make
but
him stop
what's
doing that?
changed?
Matter of fact, let's do it like this. Okay, all of these kids getting killed by police, right? Would y'all agree that we need more like-minded police officers on the force, like that come from the community?
I got
So if you're inspiring somebody, a kid, or let's say a high school, let me just finish. Let's say you're inspiring a high school student, right, who has the option to either go to the service or college, but they're inspired so much by maybe a police organization that they went to growing up or whatever. They're inspired so much to where, you know what, I'm gonna go do this because I want to make this change. I want to do it personally. I know I got a good heart. I know I can identify with these people, so I'm gonna go. So how many kids would that save
I got a better
from being
example
shot down just because of that grounded individual who's from that community is actually working these streets?
I got a better.
That's what
example
I'm trying
for
to
you.
say
I
to
got a
y'all.
better example for you because the NFL actually made it easy for me. Okay, Colin Kaepernick, right? Because we talked about Cap earlier in the episode. Colin Kaepernick started kneeling as a way to raise awareness within what's going on in our community. Correct?
Correct.
Correct. Okay.
Correct.
So he did that. Body still dropping. 2 years later,
See,
NFL. Let me
he
finish.
got a
Let me
job.
finish because I'll let you get through all that bullshit.
Because
NFL.
this is
NFL,
bullshit. Because
let
you're
me
talking
finish.
about Colin
No, let
Kaepernick.
me
He's
finish.
only
Let
a
me
athletic
finish.
figure.
God damn it.
What can he possibly do?
Finish. I'll let you finish.
What can
I
he
know got it
possibly
in
do,
you.
bro?
Let me finish.
What can Colin Kaepernick
This
possibly
is
inspire?
the Unwrapped
So listen, let me.
You know what I'm saying?
Let me,
How
let
much?
me finish. All right. So, Cap raises awareness, right? We're all aware. We literally all know what Cap was kneeling for. This whole room knows.
He kneeled.
Whole room knows, right?
He kneeled.
2 years later, 2 years, let me finish. I'll let you get all your shit
Go
out.
ahead, man.
2 years later, NFL amends the rules and says, all right, it's cool what you was doing, but fuck that because you cutting in our revenue.
If you kneel.
If you kneel, nigga, it's going to be real
Man,
problem.
y'all just,
fine.
bro, y'all just
And-
bounced back to some bullshit.
No,
Because I was
let me
talking about
finish.
shit that actually make change.
No, let me finish. That's what I'm. No, you're not talking about
Y'all
making
talking about
change.
kneeling.
No, you talking about.
I'm
no,
talking about actually
you not-
talking to these
You
kids
never
in the
was talking
community.
about making change. You was talking about inspiration and awareness. That was
That's
your whole
making
argument.
change. Inspiration. What did that lead to?
Nothing. That's
Right,
the
that's the-
fucking
that's
So
point.
y'all don't
It
believe in
can't- it-
inspiration. Y'all don't believe in
Nothing.
inspiration.
Nothing. It did
It's not-
nothing.
see, this is the
No,
thing.
it raised awareness. It inspired people to say, I
This
should
is
know
the-
more about this. I should
Right.
be more involved. But what changed? That's the point.
Nothing. See,
It's
the
cool
thing
to be
is that you
aware.
gotta
You talking
understand
about
is
the Colin
inspiration is the
Yes.
start. Inspiration
That's
is where
right.
things get started.
Right.
Action and action plans is what immediately comes
That's
after
what I
that.
said. I just agreed to that.
But you have to do that. If all you
Bro,
do,
what did I just tell you? I
And
said
I
if you
said-
organize
and I-
organize stuff, right?
And I said from the beginning, how much is inspiration worth if it's no action following it?
that's the
Okay,
thing.
then.
That's what we've been saying from the beginning.
And that's
bro.
why I kept
Man,
using
well,
the
y'all,
example.
well,
Listen,
y'all,
though.
y'all wasn't saying that though.
Listen, though. Hear me
Y'all-
out, though.
Y'all
Hear me
ain't
out.
say that,
Yes,
bro.
That's why
we were.
I kept
You
using
just
that
weren't
example
here.
of the killing your cousins thing, though. That's my thing.
But my
'Cause
whole
it's
thing is-
he giving this inspiring speech every week. I'm dropping your cousin, but what action's going
And-
on to
and-
stop me from killing your cousin?
And that's why
Not
I
a
said
damn thing.
that's why I said if these kids, those same kids that seeing their cousin getting dropped, if they're going to actual programs and stuff, that might inspire them to become a police officer and make change.
Okay.
That's what I was saying, bro. What the
That's
fuck? Like-
and that's
No.
and that's fair. I'll give you that. That's a fair assessment.
Right,
I'm
right.
willing to agree to that.
Absolutely.
My only counter to that is inspiration can't, and not even a counter because this is what I've been saying the whole time. Those words of encouragement can't be the be all end all because you can't count on that one little boy to grow up and be a police officer. You may reach one or two, but the lion's share of people didn't get that message, so the cycle continues, which is what's going on.
Man, see,
like
that's the
like
problem,
right
man.
now,
And
we
then
got-
even deeper on that, to your point, even deeper on that, at the end of the day, decisions were made. That was still that middle section. It's like the inspiration happened, and then a decision was made, which you can directly tie in as an action plan. That little boy decided to grow up and be
Right.
that cop. You know, there was an
Right,
action
right,
there.
right.
Inspiration just can't be the end all be all. You can't.
But that's a start though.
and that's what we've been
That's
saying.
the
It's the
start,
start,
right.
but
That's
it's not enough.
Oh, no,
That's
no.
literally what we've
No,
been
but
saying.
what
this
I'm
whole
saying is
time.
without inspiration, it's not even a possibility for him to even be inspired and make that decision.
And we never
You have to
disagreed
have
with that. But
inspiration.
what we said from the beginning was inspiration is not enough. That
Hell
can't
no.
be enough.
No.
But 30 minutes ago you said why not? Why isn't it enough?
What I meant, and I didn't dig deep into it. What I was saying was I was
This
just
is what
scratching
y'all
over.
do on radio, y'all.
I was scratching over the
This is
surface.
Hey, look,
podcast.
tune in to the Unwrapped Podcast.
Look, I was
We give
scratching-
it to
Right,
you
this
raw.
is not
You ain't gonna
a radio.
find this on radio.
Listen. I was
Right.
scratching over the surface.
They gonna
like,
give you
but
that bullshit
basically,
on
what I
radio.
was saying is like the inspiration, man, is like you have to. You got. It's like planting a seed. You gotta plant the seed. If you're not inspiring and shit,
But I'm glad you just said that. So right, you got
How
to
many-
plant a seed.
right.
But what you got to do right after that seed get
you gotta
planted?
water it.
Exactly.
That's the whole
Action.
thing.
That's
But
what
that's
we
but
said.
that's what I'm
That's what
saying
we
though.
said.
What do it start with?
That's what we be saying.
all
That's
I've
what
been
we
saying
been
was
saying.
what do it start with? Inspiration.
That's what we've been saying.
And when we came out the gate, when we came out the gate, y'all was like, "Fuck inspiration."
No, we
Inspiration.
never-
don't do-
no, we never
We
said
When we
that.
watch this back, y'all are gonna
the
see.
idea of
When we-
inspiration being the end all
My
be
bad.
all.
We literally
That
said
we were.
we literally said from the beginning, inspiration is not enough.
Man, look, when we watch this back, y'all gonna see.
You gonna
my
see
angle,
that we
bro.
said
Y'all
inspiration is
y'all
not
gonna see
enough.
my angle
Hey
from
man,
the
let us
beginning.
know what y'all think in the comments.
Yeah,
man.
man.
What y'all think about this whole thing? So-
Right.
Because
Let us
the
know.
reason why I got hyped for real is because I'm like, bro, these niggas really sit here telling me inspiration don't start
That
nothing.
water is the next key for this next
Yeah.
episode.
Oh, yeah,
That's
yeah.
what's in the comments. They're gonna say everybody drink water. It's right.
Stupid,
That's
man.
it.
No, listen, this is like, I get what you're
I
saying.
like how
It's-
really trying to be the peacemaker.
I'm
Right.
trying.
Situation.
Trying.
Right.
Because y'all
Man, hell no.
aggressive
They don't,
right
hell
now.
no. We talk
Right.
like this every day.
All right.
I don't see. I'm for it. I can't get aggressive.
It's like,
with y'all
what?
like
This
that.
this is what the podcast was
That's
originated on.
scary.
Right,
Oh
this,
my
like,
God.
these type of conversations is how we sit down in front
Right.
of the camera.
I would have loved.
This was the plan.
Right.
Hey,
I wasn't.
But look,
I wasn't aware.
But look, that's what we've been saying the whole time. Yes, inspiration is important, but inspiration can't be the be all end all.
Right.
It has to be work
Follow
behind
up,
it.
yeah.
Because at a certain point, what is that inspiration worth?
Right.
I can't plant. I get it. I plant a seed and that seed can be watered. But every time some shit happen, I can't plant another seed because at that point,
because you don't even know if that seed is even gonna sprout.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
At that point, like I done planted 100 seeds and ain't nothing changed. I
Yeah.
don't just because I got 100 seeds in the ground don't mean I got a bed of I have a
Good soil.
cornfield. That don't mean I have a cornfield coming. That just means I got 100 seeds on the ground.
Right.
I didn't work to till it. I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so you gotta it start with that, but you gotta put in the work afterwards.
Right, and that's what
Absolutely.
so that gets to our point. Like, you know what I'm saying? Okay, it's cool that these celebrities can speak out, and yes, it will inspire somebody that will turn into something one day. Like,
But
cause
at the end
like,
of the day,
right, but
it's
that
gotta
can
be followed up
Mhm.
right.
with some type of action.
And more often than not, we don't follow up because that's why I said if we properly handled Trayvon Martin, it wouldn't have been a Mike Brown. It wouldn't have been a Philando Castile.
I'm trying to
It wouldn't
figure
have
out
been none
what
of them
properly
because
handled. You know.
properly handled means like, okay, we say like, and in those situations, like we say, okay, this needs to stop. We require so many. We bring up these like requirements, like right, but because they know we're not gonna stick
So I
by
got a
it.
story.
Right,
So
because they know we're not gonna stick by it. The cycle continues. They're like, okay, you got demands this week. I don't give a fuck. Next.
So look, check this out, right? So I got this story, right? So when I was younger, and my mother, she used to shop at this grocery store down the street from us. So this is, I hate to put it in so black and white, but this is a great example. So to show you how we need to continue with following up with action. So this grocery store that my mother used to shop at constantly all the time. Well, a lady got sick for buying a product there. This young lady, she was an older lady and she was Caucasian. She stood out in front of that store every single day for a month and a half protesting that store by herself. Eventually, towards later down, some more people joined her. But every single day, when that store opened, she was right out there every single day.
Right.
Every single day until that store eventually got closed.
Right.
That's that action. That's that thing. That's that follow-up.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Right, and
Making that decision just constantly.
And piggybacking off of that, when I say properly handle the situation, that's what you mean. Like actually putting in the work to get what you want done. If we want like actual police reform and all that, then we need to really stand by that and not just
But let's
drop
make
it
it
as
clear,
soon as
too.
it's
And
not.
what
Let's
though?
make it
But let me
Maybe a protest.
let me get back. You didn't. All you did was throw up a hashtag, or you went outside and
I didn't
you marched for
personally.
2
It was
seconds.
people that-
You marched,
But
you
nevertheless,
marched-
right, he said- he
marched
said
for-
you like it
marched
was
for
you.
you marched for an hour.
We
You
didn't
marched
make
for
it known.
Right, you marched for an hour. What did
Exactly.
that get solved?
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
but that's what I'm saying. Like this is you need to actually
Disrupt the
right,
status quo.
right. Like let's just use a protest at work, a way of properly handling a protest, right? The bus boycott of the 1960s, right? That was the last big successful black boycott, and that's because we was unified and because we really stood by that shit. Like,
But-
what was it? Let me finish. What was it? For 10? What was it? 10 months? 10 months?
Yep.
For 10 months, no black person rode the bus, right?
Exactly.
And everybody
The company
made a
was
conscious
like,
decision.
right?
Money.
The company was like, oh fuck.
That's a huge
Like
money.
at first they was like, okay, fuck them. We gonna wait them out.
Right.
After a while, it was like, okay, one did it. Okay, another one did it.
Right.
Oh damn. Okay,
Right,
this
right,
is
right.
really knocking down our residue. Our residue.
Residue.
This is really.
revenue.
This is.
Get
That's what you use the bill for.
This is
Right,
fucked up.
I
This is
don't
for the bill.
know.
That's why the bill is there.
This is so it got to the point where they was like, this is really fucking with our revenue. So we gotta buy in. We gotta acknowledge what they talking about, right?
Mhm.
We these days don't have that in us. We don't have the wait it out. We don't have that, oh, we gonna make you suffer. Your business, oh, what was it? Who was it? Starbucks, right? Starbucks. We can't.
Man.
We can't drink. Y'all calling police on us if we stay in here and drink coffee? Bet none of us is drinking at Starbucks. Niggas was like, that happened to them. I'm going to Starbucks tomorrow.
I need my grande frappuccino.
Right, I need my grande.
Hey,
So that's what I'm saying. We didn't stand by it, so Starbucks is like, well, shit, niggas is going to shop anyway. That was an isolated incident.
Right.
They adamant for 3 days.
And here we are, weeks later.
Right.
So let me ask you this. What type of protest do you think would hit them like that as far as like the police violence?
Capital. It's all about money. It's all about money.
But how though? Like, how do the people do that? Stop
buying into and supporting things that allow those things to happen. Because every not every police station, but every part of like business supports government, right?
So I see what you're saying.
You know
so
what I'm
basically,
saying?
like how Chevy or Dodge probably gives them deals on their fleets vehicles,
right?
Like kind of like stop buying those.
Right.
Or
so now,
so
now if we all unify and we say we ain't buying Chevy, we ain't using Chevy products, we're not nothing, whatever.
Yeah.
We not co-signing that. Now Chevy takes a legitimate hit.
Right.
So they like, we gotta play ball because our
They're
company
gonna have to up the
exactly.
prices on
Hey,
the
really
police.
she ride Chevy, man.
Right. But they go back to the example I gave you. They go back to the example.
Right.
They go back to the example I gave you with TV. They know that we're not adamant. We're not going to stick to what we say we about.
Right.
So why
That's
dip
the
into
problem.
that fund if I don't have to? I don't have to break bread when I already know y'all niggas gonna watch it anyway.
Exactly. All I gotta do is wait it out.
Right.
All I gotta do is wait y'all out.
Okay. Oh, you got a hashtag?
Exactly.
Oh, that's fucking cute. Give it a week.
Yeah, give it a week.
Cash,
They'll be on to something different.
cash your check. We're good.
Exactly.
Like, no, for real. That's how it.
We
that's how
laughing
it is.
about it, but that is the true issue. It's that commitment to the cause and that commitment
Hey,
to
I
the
don't know,
action
man.
to
Honestly,
make the
though,
change.
man. Honestly, though, like I don't see. It had to be something real. Like one thing that we will boycott about if they try to take away social media. Oh, we gonna hit them streets.
Everybody will.
We gonna hit them streets.
But
No, you know how people would be boycotting.
no,
everybody and their mama.
No, what was it?
Yeah.
No, yeah, you did. You did, but you didn't realize it. Because
When?
SOPA.
Who?
SOPA. You
What
don't
is
even remember
that?
SOPA. You remember SOPA?
That's what I'm saying. I
Hey, it
don't
sounds familiar, but what
You
was
remember
it?
SOPA? So at what was it, like 2011 or 12?
I was gonna say I think it was 12.
12? Okay, so it was it was on the table to where like certain websites would start being blocked. Like it was basically like the government trying to control the internet to where yeah, right. But everybody was like, "Oh no, fuck that! I need my porn. I need all of that. I need all of that."
Bro,
so,
that was tripping, dog.
Tripping.
man,
So people went hard for that not to happen, right? So
Who
here we
did
are.
that, though?
We got free.
I'm saying I wouldn't.
Nah, yeah.
Okay, but enough people did to unify to the point where you can use the internet now. That's what I'm saying.
What was the other name of it? It was
It was something else. It was SOPA and one other one. I don't readily recall.
I don't even like social media that much.
But
Says
but
the girl
look,
with 17
but no,
Right.
but let's think about this. Let's think
And I
about
don't
this.
care.
But look,
Honestly, I don't care about
let's
it.
think about this though.
But
And she does care about her followers.
I definitely don't.
She
though.
she cares about her followers. Look,
Girl.
but look.
Hey, look, you want to see that number drop?
Hey,
to
look,
14?
right. You care. But
You
look,
care.
my thing is this though, like you say that, but you wouldn't even like. You will probably go through withdrawals if you can't pick up your phone and
I
not
would
go
rather
to your
not
social
have
media.
social
And that's
media,
everybody.
honestly.
People who
Okay.
claim
So look,
social
if they
media.
take it
they'll
away
feel
from
it.
everyone-
So look, we digressing, but as far as like social
I don't
media,
care.
like social media
I feel
is
that. That
social
makes
media.
sense.
That's something that everybody unified in, so it didn't happen. But what I'm
Yeah.
saying is, when it's something that specifically resonates with your community,
Mm-hmm.
then the entire community has to support and get behind that. Otherwise, it doesn't mean anything at large with the situation like we just said, which is why bodies is still dropping. You can be as inspirational as you want, but what does that really solve if we not on a unified front?
You would touch a few, but you're not gonna
Right.
touch them in vast majority. And
Right.
that, all I care
Right.
about
Things are
personally,
gonna stay, and that's
I'm
what
the
we
type-
said. Things stay the same.
I'm the type to where as long as I could touch one or two, that's just me personally. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay with me. But I mean, a lot of people in today's society, they look at numbers. Oh, we want to go big. We going for the gusto. But I mean, shit, you know, if you could touch 1, 2, maybe even 5, then.
I mean, I know, I feel where you're coming from because it's similar to that snowball mentality. You know what I'm saying? You switch a couple that'll parlay into even more and even more and even more and even more.
So you got to start somewhere. But I feel what y'all saying too, though. Like some stuff is like, all right, man, we can't keep
that action.
Right.
Yeah,
we need action.
Yeah. I totally. That's what I was saying the whole time. I wasn't making it clear though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But,
It was in your mind.
Right. And as it relates to that topic, like.
Hey, for real.
As it relates, like to like the topic of like I said, like not handling things properly, we need to. People don't want to do stuff that will adversely affect their comfortability. So it's like if I want to say like, okay, like you said, Chevy or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Chevy, if Chevy was like the one who was funding all of like.
Fleet vehicles.
Fleet for the police, right?
Yeah.
And you were a black person. You will want to protest against Chevy, right? But you drive a Cruise. So you
so she gonna be looking like
exactly. So you like, I don't know.
But if it's already bought though, it's like you kind of all right. Because you already bought it. Like, you already paid for it.
That's how I feel. Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right now, I'm not
like,
paying
you already
on
gave
my
him that
payment.
money. So, but if you currently paying on it.
That's situational, though.
I'm paying on it, but I'm not paying Chevy at this moment. If that makes sense. So I would be like,
yeah, because you already, so they already got the money.
The
They already got the money though.
So
You
I
see what I'm
gave
saying?
them some,
She
but
just
I'm
paying
paying
off the
them.
credit.
Yeah.
So they already got the money.
I get what you, but the money is still. I get what you're saying.
It's still not really bees yet.
Exactly. That's what
the
I'm.
problem.
But they still got the money though.
I was gonna say.
So
Yeah,
it's like,
so I ain't got nothing to do with them.
Exactly.
Chevy
They
already
gotta call
baked
me.
that.
She in limbo. That's what that
Chevy
is.
can't call me and say we taking your car
But that's
back.
but that's the problem. Like most people are in limbo,
Yeah.
so it's no unified front. So these things continually happen, and then you got people who like, okay, I need to be a voice, but we got enough. That's what I'm saying. Like we got 1,000,000,001 voices. You could speak on anything. I could make a grandiose statement about anything right now and be right, and that's what the people do. But if I'm not working and I'm not, really supporting what I'm talking about, fully supporting what I'm talking about, then nothing is going to change, and we're going to continue to run into the same set of problems.
I hate to bring up something so controversial, man, but something that tie in so perfect to the point you're making here is this whole gun control thing, man, and then mass shootings. Like,
The
it's a
fact that we
similar
all keep
thing.
trying to kill this neck is beyond
That mug
me.
is a warrior.
There's one
boy.
right
He
here
flying
that's
through
chilling.
the
I
mic.
think that's he's trying to find him.
And let Cuz do what he
He
got to
right
do.
here. He been right here for
This
30
Nat
years.
is
Trying
a
to
part of the
enjoy the show.
Unwrapped
He
family.
probably-
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
He looking for his friend.
He
His
probably
friend
got
is
drunk
right
off
here.
Pat beer, man. He done floated all up in there and got tipsy.
I just said
You
he's
wanna hop on
looking
the
for
mic?
his friend.
Oh yeah, he do got a friend over there.
He right
They got
here.
a couple
He
friends.
been
in
right
there.
here, though.
Squad up.
Gang, gang.
But Bernardo, like
Housekeeping.
But look, though, I always say, like I said from the beginning, like it's just the bare minimum, man. I just feel like if it's happening in your community, even if you ain't gonna follow up with action, like okay, we know it might not do nothing, but I just feel like it's the bare minimum just to stand in the shadows, like you know what I mean. But
Yeah.
that's just me.
Yeah, I get that.
But I feel like you definitely, in order to make the change, you need to follow up. But the bare minimum, say something.
Right.
Damn, dog. Like, you just going to sit
Right.
back and watch on the TV like, damn, man, look what they doing. That's crazy. Yeah, that's around the corner from my grandma. But you
Right.
ain't going to say nothing like, dang. But,
yeah, that really speaks to your character. Like, man, how was you raised?
Right.
Yeah,
But
that's
then-
what I'm saying.
But
like,
then, like I said, it also the problem that we run into is like wanting to do protests and all of this stuff. It impedes on the comfortability of our
Right,
life
yeah.
because you could easily say anything. You could easily march. You could easily show up somewhere. But if you like, I could say, man, let's say Tim Cook comes out today, right, and he says, black people are monkeys. It's just some wild shit.
who is
right?
Tim Cook, bro?
The CEO of Apple.
Oh, that's the see, I don't even.
How many people do you think is tossing their iPhone right now?
Man, if it ain't Steve Jobs.
Nobody, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So we.
Oh, another example was the H&M.
H&M.
That situation.
Yeah, H&M.
People,
I couldn't
I saw
believe
so
that,
many
dog.
memes where people was like, "If H&M pay me to model right now," and then you got the monkey in the business suit. Like,
Yeah.
like, so what you mean? So that's what I'm saying. Like, there's no unified front. You got people who willing to just take whatever. You know what I'm saying? For the sake
You
of.
hit the nail on the head with that comfortability.
It depends, I
thing,
guess,
man.
on what you're talking about. So like Tommy Hilfiger, he's racist.
Oh,
Once
yeah,
everybody
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, he's racist, then a lot of people stop wearing.
But that
his
was
stuff.
that was like, what was that, like the 90s,
That
early
was the
2000s?
90s.
Yeah,
And
so
guess-
it was a little bit different,
Right.
like
And
social media wasn't.
But guess who was also a model for Tommy Hilfiger, who is a big figure in the black community?
You
Aaliyah.
said on who?
Oh yeah,
Aaliyah.
that's true.
Oh,
But
Aaliyah
see,
was-
by
and black people were rocking it. But okay, so black people stopped rocking it for a period in time,
I was gonna
right?
say, but then it came back for a little minute.
About 2011,
That's
come
when
back.
I realized.
Tommy
Yeah,
Hilfiger
but-
came back
yeah,
full swing.
Yeah,
came
but not. They hit. They took a big hit with that, bro.
And
Like,
recouped.
I was gonna say, but they recouped. though.
Nah,
That's the
it didn't
thing.
come back to how it
Look
was.
at them
bro.
numbers, though.
Think about it, because when
Nah,
it came
when
back,
you
guess
see
what was
the numbers,
popping?
man.
It's bigger than what.
No. When they came back, what was popping? Like when they came back, like how y'all said, it made a
Ralph Lauren.
resurgence. Exactly. That was the Polo Swag Surf days. So it came back, but not to what it was, bro. The 90s, bro. Tommy Hilfiger, bro. That was it, bro. They ain't come back from that, dog. They might have came, made a little game, but it wasn't what it was. You feel me? So they felt that. But I feel like it depends on like you say, it come to the like if you comfortable. If it affects your comfortability, man, like you really gonna think twice about it. Like
Right, and that's the thing. Everything is so intertwined. Because, like, we may say, oh, well, Kellogg came out with this racist statement or whatever. But Kellogg also owns Dove. Like, so it's like, are you going to stop using your body soap? Like, what's going on? You get what I'm saying?
damn. Yeah.
Exactly. Like, you want to protest these different people.
You
but-
gotta find an alternative, man. People they ain't got enough time to do all that.
Okay.
It's simple to stick to my schedule, go grab this Dove and call it a day. Eat this
Exactly,
Kellogg's and-
comfortability. So
Yeah.
that's the trick. Like, you know, how adamant can you really be about something when at a certain point it really affects so many different facets of your life. All right, y'all. So I'm back from the bathroom. I had to go handle some business right quick, exercise some demons.
Number
but-
2.
That's all that beer, man. That's all that beer.
Bubble guts.
All that
had a
aggressiveness that
full
he just
solo
let
cup.
out.
It's a little bit of everything. You know what I'm saying?
It's all right, man. We got it all out. We all got it all
Yeah.
out.
But, you know what I'm saying, like I said, we closing it up, you know what I'm saying. This has been another episode of the Unwrapped Podcast. I really hope you guys enjoy the content that we brought to y'all. We got a little bit of everything in this one. So
And we still good. Everybody good in here.
Yeah.
This is,
Yeah.
it gets steamy in here.
Yeah.
but-
yeah, little do y'all know, like we talk like this all the time.
Yeah,
This is
man.
how a podcast even came
You
into
feel me?
fruition.
Now I know.
Right.
Right.
Because we
We
get
just
so
recording it this time.
I was
Right,
a
right.
little
That's the only
scared.
difference.
No, what it is we just get passionate about it, and we like, you know what? That's why we was like, man, we talk about different stuff.
Yeah.
And, you know what I'm saying? We get so in
Hey,
depth
Sherelle
about it.
was
Let's sit
over there.
down.
I was about to tell Ryan, like, look,
Sherelle's
it's time to go.
Sherelle's over there. She clutched everything
Sherelle
she
about to
had.
get
Like,
that
Right, cut.
Right.
Stop, guys.
The mic's off. I'm calling the police because I didn't know what was going on.
No, it's all good. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? But before we get out of here, Ed, you know what I'm saying? You usually not on the mic. We're going to start with you. What you got for the people? What you got going on?
Oh man, yeah, I'm most definitely new to this mic, man. Kind of like it though. What I got going on, man? So I work. I own Crumpleton Productions, man. We're a full service video production company, man, and we're just in the middle of projects. That's what this month looking like, man. We just in the middle of getting these videos out, man. So if you want a wonderfully produced video, man, with great storytelling, hit us up, Crumpleton Productions.
All right. Is it any notable projects? You know what I'm saying? Anything you can tell the people?
A couple projects I don't really want to release just yet. So the one I just finished is noticeable. DMC hired us to record a conference they were having.
Okay,
So, yeah,
that's
that
dope.
was nice. Catch me at the couple episodes after August, then I'll be able to drop some of them names.
Okay, for sure. So really, you know what I'm saying? What you got going on? Get the people your social media.
Really.be on Instagram. Really bad 100 on YouTube, I believe. But okay, so normally I don't do challenges. It's been
Okay.
a lot of challenges going on.
For real?
So I've been dropping them all on Instagram, so make sure y'all go check them out.
what's the newest one you did?
The Zoom challenge. Almost bust
You
my
know what? I saw
behind,
that
y'all.
footage. I
Alright,
saw
bet,
that
bet.
footage.
Your
That
brother
was
is
funny.
hilarious.
Oh
Yes,
my
yeah.
God. So
Hey, y'all need to check that out.
I
Yeah.
got the level up challenge coming next. I'm gonna dance for you, Debo. Just a little.
Hey,
But look, this is
that's
my
what I'm
thing
talking
though. You gonna hit that Kiki challenge? That's all.
I did
She
that
did
too.
that.
Yeah,
She
I
did
did
that.
that. That ain't really. That's not my style. You feel me? That's all that
Okay.
whipping at the folks and stuff. I don't
Man.
dance like that because I'm too too choreographed.
Bro, come
so
on,
it's
y'all. She
awkward.
keep downplaying herself, bro.
Oh
She can
my
do it all,
God.
man. Damn.
Like
She
I
just don't
said,
like doing it.
Go to the social media and pipe up them. Ooh, I gotta show y'all my
Hype it up.
basketball clip.
What? She was
I ain't
hooping?
posted it yet.
Get the... No.
LeBron, I don't like you for calling me All-Star Weekend.
You silly, bro. You silly. But look, Debo.
All right, man. I got something big in the works, but I don't want to speak on it no more. I mean, not yet.
No more.
I ain't gonna say no more. I don't want to speak on it yet because I don't want to like jinx it or nothing like that. But probably the next episode or episode 6, y'all will be hearing about it. Until then, I'm out here in these streets, turned up, going crazy. Y'all can catch me at y'all local senior citizen home.
And the charger.
Going crazy with them turn up, taking shots.
All
But
right.
yeah.
What the? Wait.
Back up. Did I miss something?
Nigga
I
said
think
local
I
senior
did.
citizens.
Hey, bro,
Then I heard something about taking shots. So
Right.
Hey, something about the
man,
senior
look.
citizen.
Yo,
confused
wow.
about that
What you
one.
got, dog?
All right, man. So y'all already know, it's your boy MF and Jen. You can follow me on Instagram at MF and Jen. Follow me on Snapchat at Jen Gray. Don't follow me on Facebook because that's my personal. Y'all ain't personal. So, but look. As far as like stuff that I got going on, of course, you know what I'm saying, I'm locked in with different people with the music stuff. Glad to, tell y'all about that. Yes, I will be releasing some stuff. Am I going to give y'all details? No.
At a later date.
At a later date. Like I said last episode, also got invited to, not invited, but I tried out for this role in this short film. So working on that now. You know what I'm saying? When that flesh is out, that flesh spicy. When that flesh is out, I'll give y'all more details. But that's all I got
Young
cooking.
Patrick Washington.
That's
Right,
what I
Patrick
forgot.
Hey,
I forgot
Jen
one
Washington,
last
baby.
thing.
yeah, I got one
To
more thing
say my
too.
Instagram. That's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
one thing I
Go ahead.
forgot.
You go
I
for it. You
forgot.
go for it.
So so you can follow me at Chromatin_Ed on Instagram.
Spell that.
Chromatin, that's CHROMATIN_Ed. That's on Instagram. You can hit me up on Snapchat at Ed963. Facebook, yeah, I'm with Pat. You don't really want to follow me there. Ain't really much to see on that. So follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, and I don't really use Twitter like that much. So
Man, look, man. Y'all make sure y'all follow everybody that went before me. I'm on everything at Detroit Debo. It's so simple. Just go to Detroit and then Debo. They together and we good. And I'm on there tripping.
Friday.
I'm on there tripping. I got good footage, so. But I ain't got like 17K followers like really be, but you know. I got a couple of them.
Right,
Take them. I love them, but y'all.
And don't even get me started on my situation.
Right.
So follow me on Instagram and help me out.
Right. Same here. So, with that all being said, y'all, this has been another episode of the Unwrapped Podcast, and we'll see y'all next week.
Peace.
Bye-bye.
Yo.